fine. Yeah, yeah, it's there.
Cool.
I will check it out. But there is no. Let me lock this screen. It should be fixed, and let me lock my screen also. Windows capture, Discord audio, mic, right? And webcam lecture. Perfect. The next thing is I need the chat. Should be here. And let me see if I have on live. Wait, so this. Yeah, I'm live there, and there is already someone. Money live mouse. Thank you. Okay, fine. Let me start today's live streaming. So hello everyone.
Hi.
So today's live would be about finding a job in Germany as an expat, or let's say Auslander, versus the native German. How easy is it? How hard is it for both of us? So I'll be discussing it with Max, my colleague in Arkansas. So it's better, I guess, Max, to give the introduction by yourself instead of me.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Hey, I'm Max. I'm 24 years old and I've just started working here at Arkansas as well. Actually, just last Thursday. And I finished my bachelor's degree like 2 weeks ago. So that's my first proper job. I've done some internships before, but yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So the main discussion would be about the internships, finding the job, and your bachelor things, and when did you start to learn about the computer programming and all those things. So from the basics, let's start. Like, why Arkansas?
Right. That's a good question. Like,
Yeah.
I was searching a lot and I have a bit of a special situation in that my girlfriend and I want to move to Korea next year in March actually. And so I was looking for a company who would be okay with that, and a lot of companies are not okay with it because if I work on some data, then the data would be outside of Germany, outside of Europe even. So a lot of companies had some issues with that, and it was a bit hard to find a company. But one of the offers I've had was from Arkansas, and I just really liked the company. Like, everyone seemed so nice. I had a trial day and it went very well. And I think the company has some nice benefits and great people, and that's why I chose Arkansas.
Yeah, company always value the good employees, you know.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, what did you study in your bachelor's?
It was just regular computer science.
Is it in KIT or?
No, I actually didn't study in Karlsruhe. It was in a small town called Furtwangen. It's in the south of Germany. It's very tiny. Like, there's only 10,000 people living there. Yeah, but I just looked all over Germany. I looked mostly for remote jobs, but I was lucky enough to find one where I live close by. Like, my girlfriend is living in Heidelberg, which is like 30 minutes from here. So that turned out quite well.
So you just studied computer engineering or computer science, something like that. So what was the first computer programming language did you study there? You studied in the computer bachelor's.
In my bachelor's or ever in my life?
Yeah, you can start from your life. First programming language in your life, okay?
Well, I think that the first time I really came in touch with programming was in school. We had like a computer science class that was like not really computer science. Like, they just taught you some very basics in programming. Like, they started with some HTML, and in the end it was a bit of Java. So I guess Java was the first, but
Okay, Java was the first. Come on. Okay.
you don't like that?
Yeah, but I studied Java in my bachelor's only, not in my school days. You know, I studied QBasic in my school days first.
What?
You know QBasic?
No, I've never heard of it.
Yeah, quick beginners all-purpose symbolic instruction code. It's somehow similar to C,
Oh
but a
God.
little bit complex. Yeah.
I hate C. Like, in my studies, mostly had like the two big ones we used with Java and C++.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate C languages, honestly.
Okay.
Like C++, that's the worst. Like pointers and references, and
Yep, yep.
I hate that.
So I asked this question because you are currently doing web development
Yeah.
using either backend or front end.
Mhm.
So how you switched your career from Java or backend language to the front end
Mhm.
language? What pulled you in this field?
Um, so the thing is that like outside from university, I was always curious about other fields, like more practical stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
I've tried Android development, I've tried iOS development, I've tried game development, and I liked all of those fields, but they weren't really that great to me. Like I didn't really enjoy them as much as I thought I should.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so universities in Germany, there's basically two types. I don't know if you know this. I'll
Mm-hmm.
just
Auckland
go ahead.
University,
Yeah.
is it?
So exactly like this, it's similar to the US. I think like there's universities which are
Mm-hmm.
your standard universities, but then there's also some type of colleges, I
Mm-hmm.
guess you could call it.
Yep.
And so I went to a college, and usually in those colleges, um, in around the fourth semester, you have like you have uh, you have to do an internship for one semester, so like half a year.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking for like different options I could do, and I really wanted to go to the US and
Mm-hmm.
maybe Silicon Valley even, but it was like right around the time where COVID started, so that was a big problem, and it's like
Okay.
super hard as well to get an internship in the US. Um, and so I just applied to like a company in Ireland
Okay.
and went there, and it was front end development, and I just had no idea about front end. Like
Okay.
I've had some minor experience with HTML, CSS, and a tiny bit of
JavaScript.
JavaScript,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I had some really great mentors there, and I was working with some really great people as well,
Mm-hmm.
and they taught me a lot, and I just fell in love with front end and the web.
Okay.
And yeah, after that, I also did a 3 months internship to do some backend development
Mm-hmm.
because I felt like just doing the front end stuff was nice enough, but
Mm-hmm.
web a website without the backend, it's just
Yeah,
like
and most of the company asks for the full stack
exactly,
developer,
yeah,
and they should have some idea about the backend how it works,
yeah,
so that they can
yeah.
configure it like that.
Yes.
Okay, so let me ask another question, like how fruitful or let's say how impactful was your university for your career? Um, do you feel like your university provide you enough thing for your career to build your career in front end or let's say in software development, or was it just like going to university and that's all? How was it?
Mm. Good question. I think that I think what really impacted me the most was that internship I talked
Mm-hmm.
about, and I mean that's technically part of the university
Yeah.
because I have to
Apart
do
from
it.
that, your curriculum, how impactful was that?
Not very, I think, because university is often very theoretical,
Mm-hmm.
and of course you sometimes need that theoretical knowledge, but I think going to boot camp, for example, would be
Mm-hmm.
like just as effective.
Yeah, but there are some subjects like data structures and algorithm, and discrete structures, which is like useful, still useful in programming field and backend development and all
Mhm.
those things. So was your subject like that in your bachelor's?
Yeah, of course, we had like data structures and algorithms classes and
Mm-hmm.
like software engineering classes. I'm not saying that it's like completely useless.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned a great bit of stuff there. But for me personally, I think I've learned a lot more in that internship because it's still like very theoretical. And
Mm-hmm.
if you think about it, if you're like a web developer, you don't really need uh, you don't really need you don't really need uh,
Those.
data structures and algorithms.
Mm-hmm.
Like data structures, of course, like you need arrays and sets and stuff like that
Mm-hmm.
a lot, but algorithms, especially, like not too useful, I think, most of the time.
Okay. So
Yeah,
you're participating in this Advent of Code, isn't it?
yeah, yeah.
So you're
That's
doing you're doing it regularly?
yeah, like the advent of code is once a year for those of you who don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think it's like a little challenge where you get like a little programming puzzle every day,
Mm-hmm.
and it's very nice and challenging. And of course, like knowing your data structures and algorithms is very useful for that.
Yeah, while doing that, you will remember everything that you
Yeah,
studied in your
yeah,
bachelor's, actually.
yeah.
So, what we think is in Germany, the education system is great. Last time with Michael also, I talked about this.
Mhm.
Germany has a great education system, but when I talk personally to you or Michael, it's same all over the world. Like nobody cares about the bachelor's scores. Ultimately, the thing that we talk most about is our jobs and all those
Mhm.
things. And from nowhere, I don't see anything like Germany has the best education system in this way. But yeah, it's a little bit strict, but it doesn't have any impact on the career or such thing. What do you think about this? Like, does it have any impact? Or do you think like Germany has the best education system?
I don't think we have the best education system, but I feel like it's not the worst as well. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think Michael, when you talk to him, I think he has a lot of data in his head and he
Mm-hmm.
knows a lot of stuff about it, and I'm not so familiar with it, but I'm happy enough with the educative system as it is.
Have you heard anything like fact like that that Germany or the Europe has a best education system? Have you heard that before?
What system? What do you mean?
Like education system, the best education system is in Europe or Germany. We are grown up like by hearing those kind of things, you know.
Okay, no, I think like for me, one of the best educational systems in Europe would have been like maybe in Scandinavia, like Sweden, no,
Mm-hmm.
Norway, stuff
Norway,
like
yeah,
that, and maybe the UK as well.
yeah. Okay.
Like that's what it is for me. Like I think Germany's somewhere in the middle, like maybe a little above the middle, but
Mm-hmm.
that's what I feel, but certainly not the best. No.
Yeah, but I can assure you that it's more complicated than in my country. You know,
Okay.
like for last 2 semesters or not 2 years, I didn't
Mhm.
go to university. I just went to my job, and
Okay.
by that also I scored around 85 percentage. So in our country, it's percentage. In Germany,
Okay.
it's 1 point or 2 point
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
But in our country, it's percentage, and I scored more than 85 percentage in score. So it's easier to pass examination in my country.
Yeah. Fair
So
enough.
by that, I can say, yeah, Germany is a little bit strict in this case
Mm.
because in my masters,
Hmm.
I couldn't even qualify the statistics examination.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was the case. Okay, let me get into the main topic of today's video.
Hmm.
So finding the job and all those things. Okay.
Yeah.
So after your bachelor's, you tried for the internship,
Hmm.
and after that, you searched for any kind of other jobs in Germany using LinkedIn or any other platform. What did you try to find a job?
I've used a lot of different resources. Like I did reach out to some people on LinkedIn that I know and looked for jobs on LinkedIn. And I've used Honeypot, where you got the job, and I
Mm-hmm.
got the job as well at Arkansas. And there's like some other websites like Instafo and Talent.io and stuff like that. And
Mm-hmm.
I've because I was applying for the jobs when I was still writing my bachelor thesis,
Mm-hmm.
so I didn't have that much time, and I just did it like passively. And I think platforms like Honeypot are really great because for those of you who don't know, at Honeypot you can just put up a profile, and then companies will basically apply to you.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think that's like a really good resource. And
Yeah, but most of my friends or we used to think that LinkedIn is the best platform for
mhm.
that. So, do you have any like good experience or bad experience with the LinkedIn?
I have some very good experiences actually with LinkedIn because you remember I told you earlier that I wanted to do the internship I did in Silicon Valley, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what I did was because I would have loved to go to like Apple, Google, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of those big companies, it's like enormously hard to get into. And what I did was I just connected with people on LinkedIn who worked
Mm-hmm.
at those companies and just sent them a message. And I was like, hey, I know that you have like, because they have a system where you can recommend people and then it's easier to get the job.
Mm-hmm.
And so I asked them if they could recommend me, and I've got like recommendations at Google, Facebook, and
Thanks.
Amazon.
Okay.
And like it didn't work out at the
Of
end.
course.
but but
Yeah.
like having LinkedIn as a network that like really helps, I
to
think.
grow the networks.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
for me, I have like kind of bad experience
Okay.
because yeah, I got so many offers, but when you try it out, like they don't even care about you after first interview and something like that. They would make you wait for for a month, 2 months for an interview, you know. And but with Honeypot and all those platform, I got interview date within a week.
Okay.
It was so easy. But with LinkedIn, so many people will approach you, but you don't get a value like what you should get, you know.
Mm.
So I have a little bit bad experience.
Okay.
So except Arkansas, in how many companies did you apply?
I didn't apply so much because like applying for me
Applying means,
mean
you know, how many company did you like attend the interview?
okay. Oh, I would have I'm not sure how many it was. I guess I had like around 10 interviews, I would say.
Hmm.
And
10 interviews.
yeah,
Okay, 10 companies. Okay,
yeah. How many did you have?
I just had six,
Okay.
six,
Okay.
6 or 5, six.
I don't know, maybe it was like 8 or 7. I'm not sure. I think
Hmm.
it was like around 10. I had like a lot. It was my day was just writing my thesis and having an interview like at least twice a week. I had an interview for like a month, I think.
Hmm.
And yeah, it was always I think interviews are always a bit stressful, but once you get used to them,
Hmm.
it's like whatever, and you can look more into what the company is. And for a lot of those companies, I turned them down because I didn't like them enough.
Hmm.
And like for me, what's really important is that I enjoy what I'm working on.
Hmm.
For example, at Aconsis, I feel like there's so many possibilities and like so many different projects that I could work on. And if I had an interview with a company where I had like where they asked me to interview and it was like just some boring, I don't know, super lame system with which I had no passion about,
Hmm.
then I don't know. I wouldn't enjoy working there, so I usually turned them down.
You know, for me, like the main blockage was language. For you, it's not like that, you know. For me, like I had no German language, and I attended my bachelor's in my country,
Mm.
so that was the negative side for my interviews. But for you, it's a little bit easy for that. So the next question is like,
Yeah.
what was the shittiest part, or let's say the bad moment during your interviews? What made you like? What made you to hate the company that you applied for, or let's say you gave an interview? So what was the bad moment in that?
Yeah. So I had an interview where they asked me to do a coding test before,
Hmm.
and I feel like this I think it's not a bad idea to test the people that are applying to you,
Hmm.
but I think there's two types of things that you can do. One is what we do here at Consis
Hmm.
is have like a trial day and they ask you to do like build like a small website or whatever.
Hmm.
That's what I did here. And this company they asked me to do like your standard lead coding test.
Okay, lead code test.
Yeah, and I'm like not very good at those things. Like
Hmm.
I wasn't really prepared for it, and I was like still writing my thesis, and I
Hmm.
didn't really want to prepare for it. So I just went in. It was like an hour of the coding test. It was very stressful to me because there were a lot of exercises and like way too many to finish in time.
Hmm.
And then after that, like I had the interview, and it was mostly the guy explaining me what I did wrong.
Okay.
And I was like, he was so pretentious, and I didn't really
Okay.
enjoy that at all. And so I like the next day I told him, yeah, or like a week later I messaged him and I told him I already accepted a different offer, and like they still offered me the job, by the way,
Okay. Okay.
which is I didn't expect it because I didn't do good on the test, but
Okay.
uh, yeah.
The, they showed you your mistakes, but also they are. For me, it was like it was the React Native application. I had to build a React Native application,
Mhm.
and there were like 4 applications that I had to build in a single day.
Okay.
Yeah, and I built that application, and at the end of the day, what they told me as was like, I told you, we told you to build only one application, not 4 application. But in Task, there was 4 applications listed to build, and there was nowhere like written that you have to build only one app.
What? That's so crazy.
Yeah, I don't know, like it was the Fucked up. So they ask lead code problems in interviews. Yeah, of course they ask lead code problems in interviews. In one of the company, yeah, I guess it was in Amazon. They will ask you to solve two questions, and you have to pass every like test cases. So that is also one of the challenges. Did you apply for the Amazon?
No, I didn't. I didn't
Didn't.
because like I was only applying for companies where I expected that it would be possible to go to Korea, and I don't think Amazon would be okay with that.
Yeah,
So.
of course. So, like in other
But
companies,
you had an interview with Amazon?
yeah, of course I had. I
Yeah,
went.
really?
I
Cool.
reached to fourth round, I guess. It was about the test. In the second round, up until second round, I had to like. I didn't talk with anyone. In third round, there will be like one interview round. In fourth round, they will give you a task, another task. It's like so many
And
labels.
and
Yeah,
you did all 4 rounds.
yeah, but there are more than that rounds, like 6 or 7 rounds, I guess.
Jesus.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
It's true.
like, I mean, if it wouldn't be like a really good company like Amazon, I would never do it. Honestly, like, it's so stressful. Like, the company has to be quite good if they can ask you to do it and people actually do it.
Yeah. And what about other companies? What kind of interviews were there?
It was mostly just like getting to know one, and like they want the first. It was usually always the same. Like they want to get to know you, like have a quick chat, and then after that they would bring on more people and maybe ask you some technical questions, like ask you about, I don't know, REST services, or ask you about some front end stuff, and then they would tell you more about the company in the next round, and after that maybe you get the offer.
Directly without any tasks?
Yeah, like I had a lot of interviews where I got an offer and didn't really get any tasks. They just asked me like maybe one or two technical questions.
Yeah, it's your fun. If you have like a language, then it's so easy. Come on. In another company, I had to attend like 5 rounds.
Wow.
5 rounds, and among that, three were the technical rounds. In one round,
Jesus.
just they will give you a task. Second round, it will be like a live coding test, and in third round, they will ask you a question one on one like that. So it was quite hard.
But maybe I think it could be because of the level. Like you're a lot more experienced than I am, and I'm just like right out of university. And usually in Germany, um, people don't really have a lot of experience going out of university. And I think like I probably am one of the more experienced ones out of my classmates, because I did like my internship I did was like for 1 year instead of 6 months, which it
Okay.
usually is, because I stretched it out. And yeah, I think it really depends on what you're doing. And I
Okay.
guess if I would have applied for like more experienced role, then I would have maybe had some more technical interviews as well.
Oh yeah, maybe that might be the reason. Yeah.
Oh.
There's one question, I don't know if it's like serious or not. If you had the choice between working for Google, Amazon, or Facebook, but with a city job, or work for a small startup but with interesting task, what would you choose? Via Morocco. Okay, this question might be for you also. What would you choose? Like small company or the big company?
I mean, I would very certainly go for the small startup.
Oh, why? Now that is the question. Why?
Yeah, I was gonna elaborate. So, I think that you spend like at least 8 hours every day at your job, right?
Yep.
So if you just hate every minute of it, which is what I think you're asking,
Yep.
then I would fucking hate 8 hours of every day, and I would hate 8 hours of my life every day, and that's just not what I want to do.
Okay.
So
Yeah, it's somehow similar to me also. And in Nepal also, I worked for a small company, and I love to work in a small company. And the same answer from you also. It's always the same. So it should not feel like you are working.
yeah, exactly.
And
Exactly.
right now I'm doing the I'm feeling the same. I feel like I'm investing something for myself, and getting money, getting paid for that. So that should be the feeling, and you should not hate your time spending in the office or something like that. So that's for me also. So the next question would be like, did you went to some institution, or did you learn from somewhere about the front end coding, or let's say programming? Or
I just really learned on the job, because in my internship, like for the first maybe 2 weeks. We work with Vue.js, which is a great
Yeah, which
great
is
framework,
great.
by the way. I love it. And yeah, would I had the possibility to just read like for like 2 or 3 weeks and like learn about Vue.js a lot. So that's how I learned. And yeah, I
So
guess.
like in my country, even for the internships and all those things, you need some kind of experience
Okay.
before that.
Okay.
And if you don't know anything, you need to attend some kind of training schools.
Hmm.
And after getting some experience or building your portfolios, then after only we get some kind of internships. And
Wow.
just guess what we get paid for the internship. What is the price? What is the money that we get for the internship? Just guess it.
I don't know what is a regular way of probably nothing, right? If you ask it like that.
No, we get something, but
Okay.
it would be less than 100 euros.
Wow. Okay. Wow. And what's the cost of living in Nepal?
It's quite cheap,
Okay.
but the average income that we get, the PCI per capita income in our country is 1,000 euro, less than
Okay.
1,000 euro per
Wow.
annum.
Okay, but so like one less than 100 euro is still way too little.
Yeah,
Okay.
but after you get experience, the maximum that you get would be like from 5,500 euros per month. That would be the average salary for the software engineer in Nepal.
Okay, wow.
So, and in compared to that, we are getting a lot
Yeah,
amount
we're
of
getting a
money.
lot.
And that's the reason we are not. I am here, by the way. So there is another question, Subhastai, question for you. It's question for me, but you can also answer like, what is the college scenario of data science? You
Yeah, I
can
can't
talk in
answer
general.
that.
You can talk in
In
general.
of data science, I'm not
Yeah.
that familiar with data science, to be honest.
Like, was there any subject related to statistics or mathematics in your bachelor's?
No,
No.
no.
So if I have to answer this question, Rup, uh, there are so many companies working for data science in Nepal right now, and one of them would be like a Cloud Factory. But Cloud Factory has only a um, data entry job in our country, and actually they are feeding the data to US or some other developed country, and they are training those kind of they are training the machine learning things there. So in Nepal, there are some companies. I think I had made some video about that. I don't know. Let me see. Uh, have I made something? No. But yeah, in future I might make because there are some other companies, I forgot the name, which are working for the data science, and some engineers which are training for the AI things, and then after data feeding for the machine learning things. One of them would be like Treeleaf, um, which my friends are also working there. So yeah, there are some companies, but that is not topic for today. We are talking about different things. So I would postpone this question for later other videos. Okay, Arup? So if you have any other questions related to our topic today, then you can ask in comment. Otherwise, yeah, I will answer this question in next video. So yeah, Max, the next question would be um, like how long you are planning to work in Germany? You told me that you want to go to Silicon Valley or somewhere else. So how long you are planning to work in Germany?
It's really hard to answer because um, I think like the working in Silicon Valley part was just something I wanted to do when I was a bit younger.
Mm-hmm.
And I think now like the entire situation in America is getting worse and worse. Like
Mm-hmm.
the country is so deeply divided, and I don't feel like I would be very comfortable. I think like the American culture is a very loud one and one I wouldn't enjoy too much.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe never. Like I guess that I would like to keep working in Germany at least for the next few years because, for example, my girlfriend is doing her master's now, and I wouldn't want to leave her.
What about you? Don't you want to do masters?
I get this question a lot, like
Yeah.
especially now that I finished my bachelor's, like so many people have asked me if I wanted to do a master's, and I honestly feel like I don't because I really hated writing my bachelor thesis. Like I wrote 90
Okay.
pages and it was like so
Uh,
stressful and it was horrible to me. And um in Germany it's no problem to find a job if you just have a bachelor's.
Yep, that's same with me.
Yeah,
And I hate every day that I spent for the masters
yeah,
in Dortmund. And
yeah.
yeah, for information, I came to Germany for my masters actually,
Hmm.
and I studied in Dortmund for like 2 months, and
Hmm.
I hate that time. Every day I hate that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it. So from Getan, there is another question. And by the way, Getan is my friend from Dortmund,
Ah, hey.
and he's from France. Okay, Subhash Dai and Hair Max. Jeff Bezos started Amazon in his garage. Do one of you own a garage? By the way, I can like a little bit make up this question. Like, do you have any idea of startup or doing some kind of business,
Hmm.
something like
So,
that?
to answer his question first, I do not own a garage, but my parents do, and it's like full to the brim, so there's no way I can start a business in there. But I think that I would like to start a business someday. Like I've always thought about like ideas what I want to do, but for me it is I never had like the idea where I thought, oh my God, this is the perfect idea. Like I want to do this,
Mm-hmm.
and I can see myself enjoying it. And also like as I grow older, I feel like if I want to start my own company, it should be a company that like helps the world and makes the world a better place.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I just don't think that I would enjoy working on like some, I don't know, banking software or whatever. Even if it makes a lot of money, then I wouldn't really see the purpose in it, and I
Yeah.
would probably get bored of it very fast.
Yeah. Most of the engineers dream of making their own
Yeah.
company. Like I also had something, and we even planned. With my friends, we even planned and look for the rooms for all those things.
Wow.
Yeah. I guess
Okay.
most of the engineers plan for this kind
Yeah.
of startups,
Yeah.
and they end up going to other country or something like that.
Mhm.
And it's nowadays it's a culture in my country to go other country for a job or something like that.
Okay.
And Australia, US, Germany, it's like common destination for us nowadays.
Yeah.
So, so there is one beautiful question in the comment from
Mhm.
Dragon. I don't know his real name, but what is the path to create a best portfolio for a full stack developer? Yeah, it might be for you the best question, I guess, for today.
Mm. I think that's what like it's just important to have a portfolio in the first place because that's what really sets you apart. I don't know about other countries. I don't know what it's like in Nepal, but
Mm-hmm.
actually you said that it's like common to build a portfolio before, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in Germany, like I don't know anyone who has a portfolio. Like from the people that I studied with, like I've talked to a lot of people about applying to jobs and stuff like that, and I'm like the only one I know that has a portfolio, and I think it's like something that really can set you apart. Like my personal one is just like it's nothing special. It's just like some uh some personal projects, like some small stuff I did, and it's still like a great opportunity to show something like, hey, I'm really passionate about what I do. It's like I enjoy doing it in my free time, and that's like not what a lot of people do.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
Do you have
that's
hosted your like any personal website or something like that somewhere?
yeah.
Can you
So
share it?
I'm not sure if I know the URL. It's I think Max MANTHEY
Dot.
.me.
Me. Max Mac.
I think yeah,
Yep.
there we go. That's me.
LinkedIn and Git.
That's what I
Yeah.
used
Who's
to
this
look.
guy? Come on. Who's this guy? So 100 days of code with JavaScript.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just like I did 100 days of code challenge where I just coded like some small thing for 100 days every day, and
Okay. It's before 2 years.
yeah, it was a
And
long
most
time
of them
ago.
are Vue.
Yeah, of course,
Okay.
use great, and
And
that's like a little jump and run game I built, and
okay.
like I haven't updated it in a long time actually, but
Hmm.
it's yeah, it's nothing special, but it's better than nothing.
Okay.
No. Do you have
Nice.
one yourself?
Hmm?
Do you have a portfolio website?
Yeah, I had, but recently the site is down. I hosted using the Infinity Free,
Mm.
and that has a problem. I don't know. Infinity Free hosting. It has a problem with this thing. Let me go, but if there is not. It's Hungry Mind, by the way. It's
Fair
always the
enough.
same. But right now it is showing like some problem. Let me see it. Yeah, it's there, but
Oh, cool. That looks very nice.
yeah,
Jesus.
portfolio.hungrymind.info. It's my site, by the way. Yeah,
Wow.
it's the same. And yeah, this.
That looks a lot more fancy than my
Yeah,
website.
of course, I used everything that I knew. So uh,
Nice.
the other service that I provide and all those things. So I use this Hungry Mind info everywhere, like
Mm,
there's even Germany about Germany or something like that.
nice.
I added this also. Let me see. Yeah, this one.
Cool.
So how to apply to Germany and all those things, how to find accommodation. I have added
Nice.
the information about this thing here and German language preparation. Even I don't know German language, but I have added this one here. Yep,
Cool.
but it's in hungrymind.info. So, so how did you get this domain actually? Where is the domain?
It's there's a website called itch.io.
Okay.
Have you heard of it?
No, but is it free?
Yeah, it's free. It's like a website for indie game developers, and you
Mm-hmm.
can just upload your games there and have like a small like this website for your game.
Okay, and what about this one, maxmonthly.me?
That's one I'm hosting myself.
So is it free or this domain? Is it free or
Oh no, I'm paying like €2 maybe per month.
€2 per month? So yeah, I also paid like around €40 for 2 years.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's been already a year now. Now I need to renew it after a year.
Fair enough.
But let's say I want to do so many things with this thing, but let's see
Yeah.
if I.
What I also want to say, like, if you go on my GitHub there,
Mm-hmm. La, la.
it's already open, I think.
Yep, here it
Yeah.
is.
So if you just click on my profile, like, what's really important is that you just like push stuff on GitHub exactly that
Yep.
you're active, because again, like, not a lot of people do that, and it just shows that you're like passionate about what you do and that you enjoy what you're doing. And even if it's not a lot, like, I don't have a lot of contributions, like there's people who have a lot more than me, but
Yeah,
it's still
like
like
it would be so green. Come on. Like, oh. But the problem with me is like, okay, you are committing it now also, is it?
yeah, like that's my admin of code commits
This
right now.
okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Admin of code 2022. Okay, it's about. I'm thinking about this. So I haven't done anything this year for the admin of code because yeah,
Have you done it before?
no, I knew about this year, this only this year, so I don't know.
Mm.
So did you do this in 2021 also? Admin of code.
Oh yeah, I did it. First did it in 2020, and I've
Mm-hmm.
done it every year since, because it's like just a great opportunity to like refresh your algorithms and data structures stuff, and also it's just like fun to think about it, and also I don't know, it just is cool to like if you have some friends who are into that stuff as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a lot of fun
It's
doing it.
it's it's fun when your friends are also doing this,
Yeah,
because
like
I had
later
no
I'm doing
idea if
it. Yeah.
there's something like this. So Felix told me about this.
Hmm.
Andreas wrote about this, and then after only I knew, but it was already too late.
Yeah. I
Because
mean, you can still start. It's
yeah,
not too late.
but that feeling of competition, it goes away when you start late because you want
Fair
to
enough.
top that leaderboard. So
Yeah.
that's the problem. Uh, so did you try freelancing? There is one question in the comment section like, are there better options than Upwork for freelancing based on your experience?
I've never tried freelancing. It's just not something I guess I wasn't comfortable enough in my skills before to like, because in freelancing, there's like a lot of different stuff, the things that your clients could want. And I never felt like I'm like really good at this specific thing that I could do it no problem. So not really, no.
Okay. So do you have any like perception or any feeling about the freelancing?
I think freelancing can be really hard, and especially if you're just starting out, because like, I don't know, for me it's just better to get a job, like maybe do freelancing on the side, but I wouldn't rely on it as a main source of income.
Yeah, it's a little bit insecure.
Yeah.
That's the main problem, I
Yeah.
think. And that I think that question was for me. So except Upwork, there are like even freelancers, Total. Yeah, Upwork is one of those important site like for the freelancing. And I, of course, I would say I forget that site name. Uh,
Fiverr, right?
hmm?
Do you mean Fiverr?
Yeah, Fiverr, come on.
Yeah.
Yep, there are some sites you can try.
Yeah.
But as a student, I guess Upwork and TopTal would be the best option to
Mm.
earn because you can't work for full time,
Mhm.
and in these sites you can get job for the part time or the time you want to do, like or on Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so try it out. If you have a talent, you will get a good job. Even you earn more than us, I guess, because per hour they would get paid like 40 euros, 50 euros.
Mhm.
That's the average amount they get
Yeah.
if you have a talent. So try it out. On money like 40 euro per hour in Nepal, and you just need to spend like 2 euros per day because that's the best
Yeah.
way. Yeah,
Fair enough. Yeah, that's a
yeah.
good
So
deal.
it's a good deal, and even
Mm.
last 2 week ago actually, I invited one brother here in
Mhm.
my channel, and he was working in Nepal. He is working in Nepal and earning more than 30 euros per hour in
Wow.
Nepal. So
Cool.
just imagine. So you can work in your free hour,
Yeah.
so that's great. Freelancing would be great, but of course there is no security. If in any way the project ends, then it's hard to find another project. you know
Mm.
but in companies, if you work in companies, the security is there. Even if you don't work, you get the money. That's the thing. Okay. uh, there is another question, but I guess you don't know about data analyst, do you, Maxim?
I don't know anything about data analysis jobs. I guess you would just have to go for like LinkedIn, I guess is still the best option to look for jobs
Yeah, but if
because
you are here and you know about data analysis, then you can apply. Like, you will get selected.
yeah, I think data analysis is still like very sought after, and like just if you're an engineer, it's
Yeah,
very easy to find a job.
and it is one of the most demanding job in the world because like normal people can't study data analysis,
Mhm.
because you need high skill of statistics and mathematics. Even I failed it.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. So if you are like graduated in data analysis or data science,
Mhm.
then there are so many jobs and high paying jobs. I
Yeah.
guess, yeah. It's more demanding than software engineers right now because the future is machine learning and all those things. So yeah, if you are graduated in data science and all those things subject, then you will get the job for sure. Try it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So uh that's all, I guess. Do you have to say anything, Max? Right now, I have no question in my mind. I'm blank right now.
I mean, we could talk about like what your experience was applying. Like, I've talked a lot about what it was for me, but when you think about it, like, the companies that offered you jobs or that offered you interviews at least,
Hmm.
did they, what were they like? Maybe there were some sketchy companies, or maybe it was,
Yeah, because in my channel I have talked about this so
okay.
much. Yeah,
Okay.
but I would repeat that again. So actually, I came to Germany for my masters.
Hmm.
I had no plan of working here. You
Okay.
know, so I'm not opportunist or something like that. And one of my friend, he came to Germany only to search the job.
Hmm.
I've also invited him in already in this channel, and his name is Oshim. And from the first day he landed to Germany, he was searching for the job,
Okay.
and he got the job after 2 months. And initially he was applying through LinkedIn and all those things,
Yeah.
but he couldn't succeed, and none of the companies replied him. That's the problem with the LinkedIn,
Yeah.
or any other
Yeah.
job searching platform.
Yeah, I think like LinkedIn is the best if you use it for connections.
Mm,
And if you like talk to people, like if you find a job or even a company that you like, then don't look for the jobs they offer. Or maybe you can apply for those jobs, but also connect to people who work there, especially if they work in HR or recruiting,
mhm.
and just message them and say, hey, I really like your company, and do you have any tips that would improve my possibility of getting hired?
Mhm.
And that's like the first foot you have in the door,
Mhm.
because then people know you in the company and you stand out. And it's when you apply for jobs, it's all about standing out.
Yeah, but the thing is, the first knock are from those companies, not from us.
Mm.
I have like still, I think I have like a 10, 20 like request, like, do you want to do job in my company or something like
Mhm.
that. I still have those messages, but after that, it's a little bit hard. Even if they knock your door, like first time. After that, if you try to chat with them, the reply is little bit slow or something like that. It's quite hard. And it was my friend's experience, not mine. So he tried from the LinkedIn, and by the way, he's so good at it. Like in front end and back end, he's so good at it. But even after that, even his portfolio is like so strong, but he didn't get any reply from those companies. And after that, he tried out the Honeypot, Talent.io,
Yeah.
Offerzen, and all those things.
Yeah.
And some other friends of him told him about this. So after applying from that, he got the job offer like within 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And then after he told me, I got the job offer of 70,000 like package, something like that. And I was like, what? No. I also want to find a job because like 70,000 euros for us is too much.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay,
Yeah,
now
it's like still a lot of money here.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So I thought like, okay, this manager, come on. Now I want to apply for the job. And then after he recommended me those kind of sites, after 2 months, I studied for 2 months in Dortmund. And then after he told me this thing, and I searched for the job. Means I created profile in Honeypot, Offerzen, and other site. And then after on the second third day, I got offer from not offer but request from 6 companies. You know how it works.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So and of course the first one was Arkansas. The first one who sent me the
Nice.
request was Arkansas.
Nice.
It was Thomas.
Yeah.
So and from then, yeah, like I was so excited about this, and I had some bad experience also with some companies. I told you one of that mobile app development thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like so disheartened because I invested my whole day in that thing, from morning 6 to evening 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Even yeah, after that they told me that we didn't ask you to build all those applications. We only asked for to build one application, and they started to find some faults in my code, and because quantity over quality, I was focusing the quantity because I thought they wanted to make they wanted me to make every application. So I did some compromise in the test, and then
Yeah,
after
of course, like even that you were able to build 4 applications in a day, that's crazy.
the good thing was I had already that boilerplate, so I had to
Okay,
do
fair
some
enough,
kind of things
yeah.
only. So that was the thing. But also I had invested so much time on those kind of things. So one of those bad experience was that, and other were good, and I got offered from 3 companies. One was Siren, and still like before 2 months or something like that, I was getting messages from them like, have you changed the mind or something like that, I still have the mail from the manager or something like that. So yeah, that was a good company. I thought I was so confused between Siren and Arkansas. I was like in dilemma for 2 weeks. I even talked with Thomas and even the manager of that company,
Okay.
and I was in dilemma. And then after I chose Arkansas because I was impressed by this kind of social media and their sites. I was a little bit
Yeah.
impressed because this is my interest. The social media things is my interest, and yeah. So this was my journey actually, and I have shared this thing in channel like so many times.
Okay.
So what about you? Like, can you like summarize your journey of finding the job?
Oh, it was a very passive experience because I like I said, I was writing my thesis and I just was very happy that platforms like Honeypot exist because you can just upload your profile and companies apply to you, because otherwise like you have to search for companies and then maybe you have to write like the fucking sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I even say that word like so many times in the channel, so it's okay.
Like yeah, you have to write the application maybe and change
CV.
some stuff. Yeah, change some stuff in your CV to make it fit for the company better, and it's just a lot of work. And I'm very happy that we are as software engineers in a position that we can use platforms like LinkedIn, because imagine for like, I don't know, marketing people, there's like so many people in marketing and not enough jobs. So a platform like Honeypot could never exist for marketing, I think. So yeah, it was just very passive, and I talked to a lot of companies, but most of them weren't really something that I wanted to work on. So yeah, I was very happy. I was very happy when I found Arkansas, and the people seemed great and the job seems great, and I'm very happy so far, and I'm glad that I made this choice. Yeah.
Okay, there's another question from Rup Zangamalla. Like, I'm learning Google Data Analyst certification, but they teach R instead of Python. They are telling the data analysis is different from data science, but I chose that course aiming for data science. So I have no idea about that thing, data analyst certification of Google. But the thing of R, yeah, in Germany or in other countries, they prefer R over Python. In my bachelor's, in my master's also, there was everything was in R, and there was only one subject Python, because in Nepal, like we choose Python over R,
Mhm.
but in Germany and it was different.
Yeah.
And this was also one of the reason I found data science a little bit complex.
Ah.
Yeah, because
Okay.
Python is so easy, and you can
Yeah.
do whatever you want.
Yeah, I think even my girlfriend, she's studying psychology, so completely different topic, but she
Mhm.
also in psychology you have to do some data analysis for like from the questionnaires you've gathered, and they have to do it in R, I think.
Yeah.
So she's not very eager to learn R.
Yeah, you just get 3 points after learning Python, but if you
Mm.
know R, you will be so good with other subjects also. Because in every subject you need to use R. In
Yeah.
statistics also, like you get some kind of research thing, and in that you need to use R for all those things. And it's easier to use Python, and I am so familiar with Python. And like I used to teach Python.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, in one of the colleges in Nepal.
Wow.
So I was good at Python, but I found R a little bit complex. I don't know
Mm.
why, but
Fair
yeah,
enough.
it was hard.
Maybe R is for you what C++ is for me. We just hate it.
Yeah, but from the first day, I was hating the university things.
Yeah.
So that might be also one of the reason. Like because of that, I hate R.
Mm.
Yeah, maybe, or maybe because I directly jumped into the advanced R instead of learning the basic R.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they assume like we knew R, so they jump into the advanced R.
Mm.
So that might be the reason. And I thought like programming language, all the programming languages are same. So I didn't like focus on that thing. So that might be the reason. Yeah. So I guess it's already 1744. That means almost 12 in Nepal, not 12,
Wow.
11 in Nepal. But it's still they are commenting, so that's great. So I guess we can. What are some useful apps on your phone? I guess we can talk about this later in other video.
Oh man, I've got one though.
Yeah,
Like
you can share it if you want.
I can't live without it. It's called Todoist.
Mm-hmm.
It's like just a simple to-do app, but it's like so good because I sometimes feel like I have a bit of ADHD and it's so hard for me to do like easy tasks. So Todoist all the way.
Yeah, there are so many apps that is handy nowadays for me also,
Mm.
like Splitwise. If you have used that,
Mm.
that's so handy. Like authenticators and password
Yeah.
managers.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Yeah.
Also, there's an app called Forest.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like a little app to plant trees. It looks like this.
Okay.
And you can select a time, for example, like 90 minutes. And for 90 minutes, you can't use your phone.
Okay.
And it's like really good if you have something to do, like if you want to work, if you want to study, then use the app. And the cool thing is that you can earn like little coins for not using your phone.
Okay.
And with those coins, you can plant real trees in the world. So that's quite nice.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
We can share the link or name of that application in the comment section. Not
Yeah.
comment section, description after this video. We can do that. Yeah. And for me, like I am a fitness lover, so there are some applications that relate to that, like Trail Forks, and the latest one would be Strava. If you use it, you know Strava.
No.
So it's about the running things, and it's a social media for the fitness enthusiast. If I have to share, like,
Ah, nice.
yeah. So every kilometer you run or cycling or anything you do, you will be competing with your friends. It's like a
Cool.
social media simply,
Cool.
but it will motivate you to run.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is also one of the good application I think I have. And yeah, that's all. Any other? No, not mentionable. Yeah, that's all. That's all for today. Next time we'll find some kind of interesting topics for discussion, and I'll bring Michael and Max or any other friends that I have who want to talk about this kind of topics. So that's all for today. So any final word, Max, you want to say to my subscribers or to Hungry Mind?
I don't know. Thank you for watching. And yeah, just if you need if you have some other questions about finding jobs in Germany, feel free to reach out to me. And yeah, maybe like over my Instagram or whatever,
Yeah,
or
we'll put that in the description
or
after
you
this video.
can just put my LinkedIn or whatever, and yeah, just
Or I'll
message me
put
if you.
just this.
Oh,
It would be great, I guess.
exactly. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
there's a link to my LinkedIn as well at the bottom, so you can use that. And yeah, thanks for watching.
Okay, guys. See you in another video. Goodbye.